Hello, and welcome to the Nerdy Bazaar. Well, it's that time of year again where we figure collectors, we decide what was the best figures we bought this year and what was the worst. So here is the Nerdy Bazaar's top 10 best figures of the year. Lockheed's Metroplex. This thing's, I don't know, it's the last figure I bought this year, and I can't stop messing with it, so I think it's, the new shiny has got it onto the list, but it's so nice to have like a Metroplex that's, as you can see, compared to my hands, he's small and posable, because like most Metroplexes are like 3 foot tall or just a brick, but this guy, he's just fun and he's all like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? And he's got like some cool accessories. You can, like I say, at any blockies you can take the figures off, and you can give him a hand and he can be all like, wait a minute, why that lines up, there you go. I heed the call of the last prime. Which, is a nice little play feature. Or if you really want to, like, get all, like, in there, you can bring in, like, the Galaxy Defender one, and he's, ooh, stand up, mate. There you go. That looks cool. I actually have a better picture of it here. So, yeah. I like this guy. He's really cool. I'm gonna try and like say what the downsides of some of these figures are, as well as like the good sides to the bad ones. So the bad thing about this guy, other than I suppose that he can't transform. Oh wait, he can. Metroplex is literally just a robot sitting down, so So that's my number 10. Alright, next. Retro Sea Spray. This guy, I just like him. I always liked Sea Spray. He was one of the first Transformers I ever had, and it brings back memories. But what puts him on the top is something really silly. Yeah, something's really silly. If you just look at the engineering on the feet, like, he's always had like big, Wellington boots to walk around, but they went this far with the engineering on the feet, and this is the bit that just made me, like, it tickled me, and I thought this is really good, that you can literally just fold that all in. It's hard doing this on camera. This is why I don't review toys very often, but you can bring that all in, so he's got smaller boots just so he looks a bit more, the silhouette. But I like this guy, and I made me want to get some of the others in the series, like Outback, and I think I'm going to go for Wheelie as well. But yeah, Sea Spray, he's a good dude. Generation 2 Optimus Prime. I found this in Droids vs Dinosaurs. It's a shop that I did a previous tour of, and like he had this guy like super cheap. He is a bit floppy. There's your negative part. But I have tried tightening his screws. It's not those bits that are floppy. It's annoying. Didn't come with the sword, but Matt from Toy Fu hooked me up literally within like a week with a sword. He does light up. I don't know if you can see that. I have checked the batteries. He's all good, but it wasn't just like him that was arrived. It was also got the cool trailer. One side is slightly sun damaged and one isn't. But, like, big cool laser Optimus Prime. That's just so awesome. And like I say, I went little G2 nuts with my, old Transformers. But yeah, I just love messing with this guy. And like I say, if you just stand him just right, there we go. He's just so cool. Let's see if we can get his lights to light up on his face, and if it'll do it, let's turn this light off. It's too bright. You can't really tell, but yeah, he was lighting up a little bit, and like I say, there's some light piping at the back, and yeah, as it says on the chest, Optimus Prime, just so you know who he is. But yeah, I like this thing. It's really cool. Superion. This one, I wasn't, when it was first like announced, I was like, yeah, I need a replacement for Combiner Wars, but is this the one for me? I won't lie, it looks amazing. Like, look at that silhouette just standing there. A lot of people complained that at the back his, you know, the planes are literally just there, which I didn't like in pictures, but like if you look at him, like it kind of makes him not look so thin. It gives him that chunk. And like I say, he looks so good. I still haven't completed Devastator, so he's technically not on this list. But like, look at that. Look how cool that looks. The only issue I have, I think it's with this mold, is these arms, these accordion arms, like they just can't support the weight unless you click them in, and then he's like, his arms are very rigid. But other than that, I think Superion is a fine addition to this list. Alright, next is the only non-Transformer on this year's list. It's surprising because I collect like a lot of things, but it's the original Kenner Jurassic Park Giant T-Rex. This has been a grail figure of mine for like a really long time. She's so big she just doesn't want to stay in frame. But I found this at a small toy shop that was like an hour and a half bus ride away. I followed their Instagram and they posted a picture of inside their shop, and all I could see was like that much of the mouth, and I'm like, I know that T-Rex! So I got on the bus and I rode all the way there. And he still makes the noise. I thought he was going to keep going. Sometimes he has a habit, well, she has a habit of like kept on going, but that's cool. So that is a grail figure, and if you saw my last video, you'll know I'm currently moving my Nerdrin around. So when it's all sorted, there will be a proud place for this guy. Also, an honorable mention, because it's the only other Jurassic Park kind of thing I bought, is Jeff Goldblum on a hang glider. Just because Jeff Goldblum on a hang glider. Yeah. Transart Silverbolt. This thing is just a thing of beauty. Like, I'm not much into Masterpiece. I've got a few, but the things I love to collect are like the wacky Masterpiece Beast Wars, and, well, he's a Fusel. He's just so awesome. He does the whole thing. He's got a flapping gimmick. He's got the weapons in his wings. His mouth moves, and he just looks identical to the, you know, the studio model, and it's just, oh, I love this thing so much, and it's got that shiny paint that just, it just hits that nerd spot, you know? That nerd spot. The only reason he's not higher is because I tried to transform him a few weeks ago, and I kind of broke this little thing off, and I tried gluing it, and the glue just wouldn't hold, so don't tell anyone, but there's a tiny bit of blue tack keeping him up there, and it's kind of made me scared to like transform him, but look how amazing this looks in transform mode. A wolf, eagle man, who's also a knight. Just amazing. I absolutely adore this thing, and it takes pride of place, and I'm really bummed that it broke slightly. Silverbolt! This one's more of a combined number, get it? Because they're combiners. But at TF Nation, I went a little combiner heavy. I bought Defensor, who was amazing, and I was able to complete Silverbolt. That's the only combiner I've ever like built myself from spot parts. And I also got the final part for Bruticus, so he gets to put on this list because, well, Bruticus is awesome. I also got the Seacons, but like, I didn't want it to be too crazy. But look how awesome they are. Combiners! Alright, so if we're going to do the best figures, we got to do the worst figures. And I'm sorry, this might be well, all these are probably controversial, but I didn't care for Stolas Prime. I think like this, she looks fine, but her car mode literally just gives up halfway. There's these mushroom pegs on the legs. I didn't even plan that, but just a few swivels and they come off. That just annoys me. And then it's this thing, this loincloth. I get that it's supposed to be some sort of apron, but like, if I want to move it, it sticks. You know what I mean? It doesn't like flow properly. It just feels like kibble that doesn't feel necessary. It's just, I don't know. She looks good in the lineup of the other primes, but as a standalone figure, gotta say, I'm not a fan of her. I know, controversial, but I do like that head sculpt. Here you go, zoom in for me. That is a nice head sculpt. I do like that. Second worst figure I've had this year, and I know this is a really controversial one, is Onyx Prime. This guy makes the list simply because I was so disappointed on him. I was so excited for this guy. He was like one of my, my top hits. I thought he was going to be like, top 10 best figures, and I was so disappointed with him. His transformation is so lame that you just bring the head down, dragon mode. And I'm like, this is a leader class toy that's very expensive, and that's it? So I was just really like, this is not cool, this is not fair. He's supposed to be this triple changer, he has a centaur mode, a dragon mode, and a guy mode. It just annoyed me that the essentially of just pulling up his hoodie, his transformation, like, I can do that. The centaur mode is a bit lacking for me. The wings are cool, but the colours, he's got that majestic look to him, and he can do the whole, like, demon face, normal face thing. But, I don't know, he's just a little too simple for how big he is. But the best thing this guy can do is his secret fourth mode. You just lift this top bit up here, this bit, and he goes, and he's an owl! Caw-caw! That's not the noise an owl makes, but it's the noise this one makes. Whoo! Whoo! Alright, the number one worst figure I've had this year has got to be Transformers 1, Alita Prime. This thing, I just don't like it. Compared to the other ones, she's just... She turns into like a weird space mush bag, and they still manage to give her kibbly hands with no articulation that just disappear into it. I just don't like it. She comes with a jetpack that's not really meant for her. It's meant more for Optimus Prime. And yeah, you have to give him the gun from Bumblebee. And it's like he's a builder figure, and it's just like, ugh. But the thing I don't like about this is obviously there's bits, these little hinges, they like to pop off like crazy. And they're so small. But the worst bit, and it's just this, she's just not, nothing tabs in to lock it into place, it's just friction. So luckily mine's quite, we can hold it, but if that friction peg goes, she's just not going to stay in robot mode, and it's just like, she literally turns into space mush. You could have made a better figure in this for the Studio Series version. It might be easy just to track down the Blockies version just for a better rendition of it, because they're doing really good things now. Because just check this out. Check out, this is Blockies. This is just night and day. And I know this has to transform, but it can still look good. Studio Series Megatron. I know a lot of people probably put this at number 1, and it's like, wait, what? What figures are better than this? Well, I like this guy. He's amazing. Honestly, he's now my go-to Megatron, and I did mess with this guy for weeks when I first got him. But I'm not a huge fan of the tank mode. It's not the greatest tank, and I get why it has to be a tank and not a gun, but that just kind of boils it down for me. But he does come with a little version of himself, which you can go pew pew. So I still like him. He's still amazing. Studio Series Megatron. Age of the Primes Megatronus. This thing is absolutely amazing. This is why it beats out the Studio Series Megatron. It's just aura, like the flames and just Like I said, I keep making that noise, but that's the only way I can describe some of these Transformers is just He looks so good with the Requiem Blaster and the flame effect. He's got his own little trident, which I think looks better like that, upside down. But it just looks so good. There's an upgrade kit, which I wouldn't mind, where you get like crazy like chainsaw swords and even bigger flames. And you know what? I'm here for it. This guy should just be like the Human Torch, just on fire the whole time. Also, I noticed, I haven't got the black light with me, but these yellow bits, they glow under black light. So that's a nice little hidden detail. I'm trying to think of something bad to say about him, but like it's harder the higher I go in this list. I don't really feel the need to transform him all the time, because I just think he looks so good like this. There you go. Age of the Primes Megatronus. And the number one figure I got this year, which I knew from like opening it in the box was the best figure this year, is another Transarts Transmetal Megatron. This thing is so amazing. The chrome, the size, he is so good. I took him out the other night just to mess with him, see if he was still as good as I remembered him from. He's just amazing. I had this thing on my desk for weeks, just transforming him back and forth. I love the chrome. I love, he's got the jetpack. He's even got the freaking robo roller skates. So it's like, that's just so awesome. He's so good that when I was at TF Nation, I even tracked down the original version, just so I could, if I wanted to do a review of this thing, I've got like the original version. As for negative things, it's got to be Transarts like to do like parts forming. Like that's his tail in robot mode. I mean not robot mode, but he's a robot. Robot dinosaur mode. But when he turns into like regular Megatron, it shrinks. Now I can see why they did it, but it's like, but it's all for scaling, and it looks magnificent in its robot mode, as you saw. So yes, that is my top 10 best at figures and my 3 worst figures. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and all that stuff, or Megatron will be sad. Yes. See you on the next one. Peace.